Hello, YouTube. Remember me? I'm Scott. About a month ago, I did a ranking of all six Lord of the Rings movies, or rather Middle Earth movies, but right now, I am going to do a ranking of all six Star Wars movies. Now, I am a huge Star Wars fan. I like pretty much everything Star Wars-ish, and yeah, just barely any of it disappoints me, and just to let you guys know, I love all six movies, or at least one I have a mixed review, but well, pretty much all of them I still really like, and just to tell you, I'm excluding Star Wars: The Clone Wars movie and Star Wars Ewoks, even though I do like both of those movies, but I can do the rest, excuse me, and so, now this is just my opinion. I know probably a lot of you are going to disagree with me on this, but it's just me. But like I said, I like all Star Wars movies, and so here we go. Okay, my favorite is The Phantom Menace, and why? Well, it, it's just a great movie. It has just from beginning to end. It just has a great story. So much stuff happens, and I really like Qui Gon Jinn and younger Obi Wan Kenobi, and I definitely like younger Anakin Skywalker as well. In my opinion, the actor did pretty good portraying him, even just by kid standards. And well, not mind. Well, anyway, yeah, he just did a good job, and yeah, and guess what? I know a lot of you are gonna probably not be happy with this, but I am a Jar Jar Binks fan. Not a fan, but I do like him. He is funny. He's not my favorite character of all Star Wars, let alone my favorite character of all time, but I like him. He is pretty funny, and he did help with things. And it's kind of like it's kind of ironic that like despite his clumsiness, he still managed to like do some good things by like destroying like droids during that big battle. In fact, that's one reason why I really like the movie. It has a couple battles within one, and I really like it. And I love the party scene, and yeah, it's just a good movie, good story. I remember loving it when I was a kid. And yes, I guess the politics parts are a little boring, but that doesn't necessarily make it any less good. And yeah, just it's just a great movie. Can't really see much bad about it. And now my second favorite is Return of the Jedi. Now I know it's one of the originals, but it's a great movie because it's the grand finale. And yeah, it's a good grand finale, like with the big battle of Endor on within the moon and on top of the moon, and I love the battle by the Kraken, and yeah, it has like by the way, before I forget, I also love the first one because it has plenty of aliens and robots and good graphics. Anyway, back to number six. Well, also similarly, it has a lot of aliens in it, like plenty. Yes, it could have had more, but it's still pretty good. It still has enough aliens and robots to satisfy me, or at least aliens. But like I said, it's still satisfactual, and and yeah, just great story from beginning to end. And I love how Emperor Palpatine, sorry, I loved how he died, and I loved how like Darth Vader became good. I mean, it's a little sad that he died, but at least his bad side died, and I'm happy he died. And the Death Star, the second one, I'm so glad it got destroyed. And I definitely like the Ewoks. They're silly creatures, and very entertaining, and yeah, and Luke Skywalker proves himself to be a really good Jedi in this. That's really one really good thing on it. It's a little sad that Yoda died, but oh well, at least he's one with the Force. And so, and next, Attack of the Clones. Now, again, this is another one that a lot of people maybe didn't like too much, or at least some, but I liked it. It's not my favorite, but it's still good. It's a great story. I definitely remember really liking it when I was a kid, and it just got me this warm-hearted feeling in me, like this just this warm feeling. And yes, it's maybe a little boring for a while if you think about it, maybe a little bland, but still good. Like the big battle of it, like kind of like makes it all worth it. Like the battle of Geonosis, it makes it just makes up for maybe the relatively boring parts. And yeah, Anakin Skywalker himself proves to be a good Jedi in this by just killing all those Geonosians, and that's really cool. And it introduces the clones, and they're really cool. And destroying all those evil droids, and Jango Fett dies. That's cool. And yeah, just a good story. And what else? Oh yeah, I mean, well, it would have been nice if Count Dooku would have died soon in the ending of that. Oh well. Yep, and it has enough aliens, and again, like the first one, it has enough aliens and robots to keep me satisfied. It reaches sci-fi potential. And now for the next one. Oh, sorry. My next one is A New Hope. Now again, it is one of the originals, but I know, like, it's just classic. It's a classic movie. It's the oldest of all of them, and yeah, like it's just the most original of them all, and a lot of things happen, like lots of things, and I like that, and I love. And I definitely like R2D2 and C3PO in it. They make a good couple. They don't always get along. And that kind of like I say, like C3PO is an unintentionally likable character, and he is funny in it. And of course, it's introducing Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, Chewbacca, Princess Leia, and of course Obi-Wan. And they're a unique group. I like them all, and I love how during like in the battle of the Death Star. I mean, within the Death Star, when it's only like Luke and his friends, it's only them against all these stormtroopers, and yet they still manage to escape. Sadly, Obi Wan didn't escape, but it was his kind of I guess his fate to die in order to be one with the Force and to allow Luke to escape, and he was the one who finally destroyed the Death Star. So yeah, good movie. But I will say this: I do have some criticism on it. Yes, there are some aliens in it, but only for about half of the movie. Well, for the main, let me start. The next half of the movie, like, doesn't really show much aliens other than Chewbacca and that little octopus thing. Like, all it shows pretty much throughout the rest of the movie after Tatooine are just humans and some of those robots. Yeah, just couldn't have had more. It could have had more aliens. I personally wish that the bad guys were aliens themselves. And probably would have been nice if Han was an alien. So even though I still really like him, and in fact, according to the original story, he was originally supposed to be an alien, a blue skinned alien, from what I heard. Even Chewbacca himself was supposed to be a different species of creature, like kind of like supposed to be like a Set or something like that, kind of like what Zeb is supposed to be in the Star Wars Rebels. Yeah, I just decided to give you a cool fact, and so yeah, despite the criticism, it's still a good movie. And now for my next one. Okay, my next one, Revenge of the Sith. Now, don't get me wrong, I do like this movie, and because it definitely has like the first and second has enough aliens and robots to keep me satisfied. Sorry to keep on saying that, but it's just me, and yeah, it has a relatively good story, and I definitely remember liking it when I was a kid. When I saw it, I was really excited for it because I really wanted to see how Anakin became Darth Vader. It was like so like I was like, oh boy, oh boy, our the mystery is bound to be solved. Well, anyway, yeah, good story and great battles, and yeah, but I think the reason why it's far from my favorites because I don't know, it just doesn't have a happy ending. I know it's not really supposed to because it's pretty much the middle of the series, but still, and I just hate how like Anakin and the clones became bad, and they used to be really good folks, but then that evil Emperor Palpatine made them bad, and all the Jedi died, or pretty much most of them died. It's such a disheartened. It's so disheartening, so sad, and yeah, it just kind of has a grim ending. I mean, I still like it, like I said, but just yeah, and I hate to admit it, but it's a little bit overrated, at least for Star Wars prequel standards, if you know what I mean. But it's still a good movie, just not really my favorite. But yeah, but well, anyway, now for my next one. Now, Star Wars: The Force Awakens. Oh, by the way, before I forget to mention, I'm going from my favorites to my least favorite. Unlike a lot of you who are doing from their least favorite to favorites. It's hard to give you a little, like, short notice. I mean, or like telling you late in the video. But well, anyway, Star Wars: The Force Awakens. Now I like this movie too. It's a great story, lots of things happening, and I love how Finn becomes from like bad to good. Like he has a great moral sense of morality because like no one taught him to be good. Like he's experiencing just evil and stuff, and no one's teaching him the difference between right and wrong, and yet he still manages to know when on like the difference between good and bad, and just he becomes like he just changes his good to a good heart just by himself without no one influencing him. It's just so neat and stuff. And of course I like Ray, and she's a cool character, and I love how Chewbacca and Han Solo and Princess Leia came back, and yeah, it's a good story. And I love how that one evil planet is destroyed at the ending. It's really cool. And but the reason why it's far from my favorite is because like well, it kind of just goes to the originals again. Like I mean, it does have aliens and robots like plenty, but it focuses just too much on the humans like the originals did, and some of them, but you know what I mean. And just could have had it just had a lack of aliens. And again, I kind of wish the bad guys were aliens, and like they could. I wish they would have been Yuuzhan Vaughn, and you know those aliens that were in the original Star Wars, like graphic novels and stuff, or novels, etc. Yeah, I kind of wish it was them instead of the First Order, because yeah, I just and so yeah, I just kind of wished it had like I said just more sci-fi. Yeah, more aliens in other words, and but it's still a good movie, and so don't get me wrong, and so at first I thought it was kind of I didn't like it as much the first time I saw it, but then the second time I saw it, I liked it more, and so that's for that one, and now a lot of you are going to disagree with me on this, but my least favorite, the Star Wars Empire Strikes Back. Now it's still somewhat of a good movie, good story, and I like how it like the introduction shows it's on this ice planet, and I love it when like Luke Skywalker like chops off the arm of that ice monster. I think it's called a Wampa or something, and yeah, just I love how it introduces Yoda, and just a relatively good story, and yeah, but the reason why it's my least favorite is because well, first of all, it's overrated. It has the least amount of aliens and droids than all the other movies. I has some, but not enough to satisfy me. And yeah, a lot of people say it's the best, but I heavily disagree. Yeah, it's grim too. Like it technically, and the bad guys winning not just in that battle, but pretty much in the ending too, technically speaking. And I just hate how all those good guys died. And yeah, I never liked evil. I never liked those evil characters. And of course, I don't like Darth Vader. Not that he's a dull villain at all. He's like the perfect villain to be in that story. It's just that I just don't like him because he's a bad guy. Period. And he is kind of an overrated character. Like I've seen family videos where every time he fights someone like Batman, Gandalf, or even Buzz Lightyear, he wins, and that kind of ticks me off. And so yeah, I just don't, he's just not. I just don't like his bad side. In simple words. But well, anyway, here's an interesting fact. Like initially, in when the fifth Star Wars movie first premiered in theaters, it actually got mixed reviews from critics. That surprised me. I looked it up on YouTube, and yeah, it initially received mixed reviews rather than positive, mostly positive reviews. Even that surprised me. Oh well, but yeah, just like I said, it's far from my favorite, so I kind of give it a mixed review. You know, it does definitely has some good quality. It has maybe some good qualities in it, but I just dislike the darker elements. And so, well, and oh, I almost forgot, Rogue One. Rogue One. I don't have that movie, so I couldn't show you, but I think I maybe like it. Maybe just I like it a little bit more than Empire Strikes Back, but not as much as Force Awakens. And of course, not those other movies.